1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We are here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Morning love, morning loves. It's your girl Fathom DJ live and direct from the comfy confines of, I don't even know what this area is. I am still house sitting. But I'm in Chicago. What do you call it? The man cave. I have my little trusty sidekick with me here today, Layla. It's my favorite. She is my favorite Jedi. I'm so proud of her. She just got off a plane this morning, her first plane trip. So she's sitting in with me on this session. We're gonna get it started. We're gonna have some conversation about last night's B-side experience, Jesse De La Pena, and a bunch of other things. Fathom DJ live and direct via Spreaker. Good morning, loves. Morning, love.
Come to my garden, let the stars fill your eyes. Come to my garden and walk with me. Come to my garden, no more dreams filled with cries. Come to my garden, please.
vacancy today. How warm was that? Good morning, loves. It's not. Look, we got a little bit of a heat wave today. Interestingly enough, yesterday was a little bit of a heat wave, considering that the temperatures have been below zero here. We're gonna keep it moving. I'll be back. Fathom DJ live and direct.
The night we met, I often remember two strangers meeting for the very first time. Now here we are, facing each other, two lovers holding on to something real. Something so meaningful. If you wanna know how I feel good, baby. I feel good all over. You and I have one lover's dream. We're finally working out. Say no more. Your expression shows it. I see a little sunshine inside of you. Just to be with you, it's so exciting. Who would have thought it could happen to me? It's no secret we're in love, even a little child.
the souls of chosen men. See, I had to look carefully at the shame of my ancestry to redefine the storyline again. Hey, if I was taken for a day and shown another way, now every child can learn a different way. I see I've tried a million times, but I had to change my mind. Oh, sadness was the best thing I could bring. On the inside he was dead, and this is what he said as he took away the blue above the clouds. Oh, superiority was clearly meant to be, so destiny will manifest in time. So where has the love all gone? A troubled trail of tears will tell a tale of how I was put down where I don't belong. Oh, woman, child, and man for sale. Forever gone slavery is just an absurdity. How can you be alive when you are dead? With these chains of hypocrisy, the shame of my ancestry, forever stained by blood in which you tread. Yeah. If I was taken for a day and shown another way, oh, now every child can learn a different thing. See, I tried a million times, but I had to change my mind. Yeah, now sadness was the best thing I could bring. On the inside he was dead. Oh, and this is what he said as he took away the blue above the clouds. Oh, superiority was clearly meant to be, so destiny will manifest itself in time. Yeah. So where has the love all gone? Said I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. Oh, somebody tell me where love is all gone.
It's so hard for me to say this. I'm struggling to find the right words. What I felt is past tense. What I feel you just haven't heard. So I think it's better that I tell you now. I think it's better that I tell you now. I think it's better that I tell you now. He's so sweet and good.
Live, loves. We are live via Spreaker on this very good morning. So last night was my turn, and Larry Miller. Also, can I get a little quiet in the back? Can I get a little quiet in the background, please? Hold up, pardon me. So can I get a little quiet in the background, please? Last night was my session with Larry Miller as well as Jesse De La Pena, Avery R. Young for the B-side event that is held at La Cantina, which is in Pilsen. And honestly, it wasn't much different than my morning love session. Of course, I played a little up-tempo as well as down-tempo soul, and I mostly did not blend it, which is the idea, to be able to stretch a set out and play some things that people don't expect, as well as kind of varying the mood and tempo is most certainly something that DJs don't necessarily get to do in venues. So it was dope to be able to be a part of that experience with Jesse De La Pena, as I think that he most certainly is pioneering once again in the effort to try to create out of the box things for DJs to do. And we most certainly need to champion for these kind of opportunities, as they are few and far between in our nightlife, evening life scenes, as I see it. Now, of course, I haven't been all over the planet. I most certainly haven't been to a bunch of different venues. I'm not very motivated. I think something has to pique my interest. And maybe I'm seeing too much via the internet, but nothing has piqued my interest. Sandra Jones is in my chat room. Oh, what's happening, girl? What's happening? Yeah, so I need to loosen up. I know I do. I was told on the verge of this new year. I didn't even say Happy New Year to you guys this morning when I started. I'm sorry. It's just, for me, in my mind, yes, I'm aware that it is a new year, but when you're used to being in your zone and just doing your thing, sometimes it doesn't roll around for you. I didn't say it when I went live via Facebook yesterday either, so I apologize. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you and yours. Most of us who are conscious and, kind of aligned and in tune have already kind of gotten our focus on and have started thinking about how we want to navigate. And hopefully you were doing that at the end of last year and furthering at this point. Of course, it's a slow ride up the hill. So give yourself a break and allow yourself to experience all that you need to experience in order to get them wheels turning and get it cracking. We're going to keep this moving as it is 8:35, and let's see what the temperature is for folks. Ooh. My man Junius Paul came through La Cantina last night. I was so happy to see him. Couldn't quite express it because of the fact that I was playing tunes. Not that I couldn't have hopped down off the DJ booth, DJ stand. It's an actual DJ booth stand situation. And I want to give a shout out to Twisted Cantina. I might have called them La Cantina earlier because I'm used to hanging out at La Cantina in the South Loop. But Twisted Cantina has a full DJ situation. They have turntables. They have CDJs. And they have a very decent sound system. And I'm very proud of them. It's a small thing, right? Like, oh, anybody who is interested in addressing the DJ as a part of an experience in their venue needs to go ahead and invest in at least a few pieces of equipment. You don't have to go the full throttle depending on your rate and what the day looks like per day in your venue. But I think it's a good idea if you really care about the concept of DJing and the art of DJing to invest a bit in the DJs and make them feel really comfy and warm in your space so that they can do a good job and be a little more cohesive. Take it a little easy on us. I have a few endeavors where I'm challenged to bring my own equipment and stuff like that, and it's not an issue because it's a part of the reason why I bought it. But when you walk into a space and you see that they're properly accommodating DJs, it just really makes you want to get loose and do your thing. And that's how I felt last night. So anyway, we're going to get back into this. Play a little more warmth, get your energy up. I'm not sure where you are in the world. I know where you should be. And that's on Spreaker with us. If you're not yet, then, make way. Let your people know we are live and direct, spreading some warm and love. I'm looking at this thing, reading, distracted, and good energy this morning. Let's go. Hey. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Live and direct via Spreaker Fathom. DJ, we're going to keep it moving. Yeah, man. 7 Prayers by Kamasi Washington. It's kind of important to do that. Sometimes I slip up and don't acknowledge the universe. And you definitely have to make sure to do that, as it is Thankful Thursday. It most certainly is Thankful Thursday, and I most certainly am thankful. I'm thankful to be breathing. I most certainly am thankful to be here with you, spreading a little love this morning. I'm hoping that you're with us. I'm hoping, not with us meaning here on Spreaker, but most certainly with us in this world once again. If it is for you to be, if you are supposed to be over us, then you are over us, hopefully helping us navigate through these here days and times. Yes, indeed. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to give you some light and bright right now, a little light and bright, because 7 Prayers is a little reflective piece. It most certainly puts you in tune with different spaces and places in yourself, and because it is a new year, we definitely need to kind of get there on it. Reflective spaces. What are you supposed to be doing? Where did you fall off? How did you fall off? Can you get back on? Should you just got to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving. Keep it moving. Let's go. Guess what? She's answering me. It's a whopping 2 degrees outside. How wonderful is that? It's so wonderful. I feel so good about the fact that it's only 2 degrees outside. I just feel like staying in the house forever. But I've already been out. Handling my Jedi challenges, picking up my my family from the airport. I'm certainly happy to do that. But it's 2 degrees out. If you have to be outside, I know it's different. It's different, right? Because, you know, the other day it was minus 14 degrees. And I was going, if you don't have to be outside, I just think you should just stay in the house for like the next 3 days, basically. But it's 2 degrees. It's the temperature is climbing. You have to look at it. You have to find the positive side to all of this, because I don't know that otherwise what's going to happen. In effort to find the positive side, if you got a minute to close your eyes and allow yourself to let these tunes hit you, I think that you should just let them hit you. Now, if you got to deal with people at your desk and the hustle and bustle, you can just listen and imagine what this feels like in the summertime under a tree on a park bench with your family. Smell the barbecue, you know, this barbecue smoke, the grill smoke, kids laughing, bike riding, the water, and you chilling with a beverage of your choice. Let's go.
Watched it shine down on me. I'm gonna spread my wings, yeah, and I'm gonna tell all I see. These happy feelings, I'll spread them all over the world from deep in my soul. to remind me of love. I've got my mind and my heart, yeah. And I believe in above and these happy feelings. Ooh, I'll spread them all over the world. These happy feelings, yeah. I'll spread them all over the world. These happy feelings, I'll spread them all over the world. Tell you about that feeling, yeah, yeah. All right. Tell you about that feeling, yeah, yeah. Every day. Tell you about that feeling, yeah, yeah. Tell you about that feeling, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy feeling. Ooh, happy feeling. Oh, yeah. All right. Spread it all over the world. Yeah. Happy feeling.
So yeah, cosmic kisses and all of that to my man's Howard Bailey for coming through and bringing some people last night for our B-side session with Jesse De La Pena. I'm proud of you, Howard Bailey. I need you to know that. I see your emotions, I see your movements, and it is to most certainly be acknowledged at this point because we need all hands on deck and pioneering to happen in order to compete. And you are always grabbing angles and making waves, and that most certainly needs to be acknowledged on this day. It's your girl Fathom DJ live and direct with another session of Morning Love. I did not pick any tunes particularly for this session yesterday because I was picking tunes for our session at Twisted Cantina last night, and I had a lot of fun. It's interesting, okay, because now I've gotten acclimated to simply dropping tunes live on the internet. It's a different space for some folk to have DJs stand in front of them and not hear transitions or blends, and I'm antsy in that way because I'm used to trying to make things work in a blend or transition kind of fashion. I'm hoping that people get the concepts like, oh, well, if you're going to just do that, then you could have just played a playlist and you ain't even got to be up there. But once again, it is about the human communication that happens through music and creating a vibe. And of course, I could pull a playlist in advance and you could listen to it and it's not a big deal, but to have me stand there with you and play those tunes makes it a little different. I hope that experience is what people get from it, is something different, as we need it. We need it. And y'all need to come through. As far as I understand, I'll be back in the building on February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. Thanks to Jesse De La Pena for once again inviting me. We're going to keep this mission moving this morning. We're going to play this tune, buttery, warm, loving kind of tune. And then, I think I'm going to take it up a few notches. Pancake buttery. That would be great, wouldn't it? Did I have pancakes yesterday? No, I had oatmeal yesterday. Yes, I am streaming it. That's what live means. My little Jedi is sitting in with me on my session this morning, Miss Layla Opal. Yes, she's playing with Jax instead of being on the gaming console this morning. I didn't touch it. But I do know, well, the internet changed. So it might have to be. No, I didn't change it. Your grandparents changed it. But anyway, so we're live and direct, and she's deciding that she's going to play with Jax because the gaming system isn't working. I'm kind of happy about that, actually. We're going to keep it moving right now. Ow.
Making
too high, but I ain't touch the sky. I'm too high, but I ain't touch the sky. She's a girl in a dream. She sees a 4-eyed cartoon monster on the TV screen. She takes another puff and says it's a crazy scene. That red is green. She's a tangerine. I'm too high, but I ain't left the ground. I'm too high, I hope I never ever come down. She's a girl in her life, but her world's a superficial paradise. She had a chance to make it big more than once or twice, but no dice, she wasn't very nice. I'm too high, I can't even touch the sky. I'm so high, I feel like I'm about to die. She's good of the past, I guess that all got to her at last. Did you really read about the girl today? She passed away. What did a friend say? They said she's too high, we can't hear her
I got to see a few of my friends at once last night. So Avery R. Young is all up in my energy field right now. I think we're gonna make some powerful things happen. We did a little bit of an interview for Vocalo Radio yesterday. That was dope. Trying to inspire and encourage some Jedis. I have a few windows I have to jump out of this year. In some ways, and I'm hoping to be supported. I will be continuing with all of my processes in terms of music and otherness. I have been watching Gary V a lot these days, and if you don't know who Gary V is, he is kind of a... You don't know? Okay, so when I get finished, then we'll check out Gary Vee. He is doing motivational, encouraging social media, and everybody, you gotta find somebody who gives you life, and Gary has given me a little life. There are a few things that I feel like we need in terms of encouragement and inspiring as it pertains to our artistic and musical environment, specifically DJing, but most certainly all around. We got to get people connected. And last night was one of those places and spaces where connections happened at Twisted Cantina. So who was there? Myself, Larry Miller, Jesse De La Pena, of course, Avery R. Young was there. God, Steve Bravo was in the building. It was great to be in the. Okay. Steve Bravo is in the building. Haven't seen him in the real world in a long time. Mario Smith was in the building. My little Jedi Cheryl Tim Kang was in the building, and you are my Jedi. She's a different little Jedi. Trust me, she's a different little Jedi. But there were a bunch of us there. Lee Farmer was there. Howard Bailey was there. It's a dope spot. It's a dope spot, and it's not far from the corner of Blue Island and what's that other street called? I'm spacey right now. It's like 18th Street, I think it is. So you need to come through. I'm thinking that I will be there next week, just hanging out and listening to the sounds of Ayana Contreras, and I'm not sure who the other Jedi is, but I think it's a cool spot to hang on a Wednesday night for those people who, want to do some off the beaten path listening session kinds of things. Listening sessions, they're different than a average DJ set. It allows you to take people on a journey. It's most certainly the reason why we are here together in this morning love situation, is just allowing me to taste, make, and play some tunes. Some you do know, some you don't know. One you most certainly need to always know that I'm going to reference, and that would be Belial.
Divine by
just keep going, just keep going. So
Love. What is it? What is love? Cool on the outside.
hot in the middle, cool on the outside, hot in the middle.
What is love?
So now you know I'm awake for real.
What is love? Love. Cool on the outside, hot in the middle. Cool on the outside, hot in the middle. You ain't even gotta try. All you gotta do is realize. You ain't even gotta try. All you gotta do is realize. You ain't even gotta try. All you gotta do is realize. You ain't even gotta try. All you gotta do is realize. It's so better, 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 it's so
So, for those of you who didn't know, our husband is going to be in town. He's got to be our husband. We all have to share him. Our husband is going to be in town on, I think it's tonight and tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken. Belial is going to be in the building at City Winery here in Chicago. And, you know, I'm ponderlicious. I ponder a lot. It's a good thing and a not so good thing. I was pondering. I was like, you know what? I'm going to push the button and buy the ticket because I bought a ticket to see him. He was on the south side. I think it was at Salam. Probably a year and a half ago. And I was just in a space and I didn't go. And like I hit him and stuff. I'm not a groupie. I'm not a groupie girl. Like, yeah, I do have a picture with him on my Instagram page and somewhere else in the universe, but I really respect this kid. I think he's sexy. I do. I can't help it. He just exudes it. I know he got some challenges too, so we're not gonna step off into that lane. But he's so dope. And so I was going back and forth about whether or not I was gonna go and see him at City Winery. He's gonna be there, and I think Larry Miller is supporting, which means Larry will be opening for him. And that also encourages me wanting to go. But I got this vinyl situation I got to work out. So I need to get this little bit of an EP. It's actually 4 of the tunes that have already been released on TrackSource. I need to get those girls pressed up and get them in the bags of some DJs who are traveling so I can start to get some of that proper buzz. I'm having to create a bit of a budget, and I'm looking for a small investor actually to help me with that project. So I'm trying. I got a bunch of other things I need to do as well this particular month that I got to get cracking. And I swear to God, I'm hoping for some phone calls to put me on the plane for Vegas as well as Hawaii this year to be able to make that happen. But we are here and we are making it happen in this capacity. So the other day, and I guess the live stream, of course, got deleted off of Facebook the other day. Giles Peterson, as well as Louis Vega and Bluey from Incognito, and I can't remember Mark's last name, but Mark is from Level 42. Were in the studio and they went live. And I got an opportunity to hear some of the backstories from all of these cats, and it was super inspiring. And of course, I have the entire Louis Vega current album that was released. He has this youngin who was in the studio with them, and she sang this tune. And so I'm gonna play this tune by Zara McFarland, and she's super dope. And she is the next level of vocalisms for us. Of course, she is a Brit, and Brits have, in my opinion, they have a different connection to soul and soul music. And these children most certainly, once again, will lead us. The hope is that you are allowing your children to listen to really, really good music so that they can compete, because the Brits always seem to lead us. And in line with that, I have a few theme events that I'm going to be doing at the Charleston every month on a Monday night, starting with this coming month. And I guess, okay, what's today? Today is the 4th. It hasn't been quite a week yet. I guess I'll be releasing the first image for my new themes for the Charleston starting. I guess I'll release it on Monday, because that'll give me 3 weeks out to start promoting it. So we're going to kind of theme out the Charleston to garner a little more support, because, of course, I just want to take my journey and I want you to join me on the journey. Doesn't always work out that way. Charleston is a cool spot. It needs some encouragement. I love the location. It's a bit like La Cantina in a way. The sound system is dope. It's they don't serve food. We are accommodating people with slices of pizza to go along with the drink specials that we offer. That location is 2076 North Hoyne, and that is in Bucktown. And that happens the last Monday of the month for me. So I'm going to be theming out my nights for the next 6 months. And we got a UK soul night. We got a white chocolate night popping. And there are a few others that I'm tweaking that are forthcoming. But you need to try to vibe with us. So I'm going to play the Zara McFarland tune. And she probably needs to be added to the UK soul night that I plan on doing for Charleston, because she's dope like that. Listen up.
Love,
Try it with your friends. New world water make the tide rise high. Come inland and make your house go by. Fools done upset the old man river. Made him carry slave ships and fed him dead niggas. Now his belly full and he about to flood something. So I'm throwing rope that ain't tied to nothing. Tell your crew use the H2 and wise them out. It's the new world water and every drop counts. You can laugh and take it as a joke if you wanna.
But it don't rain the full week some summer.
And it's about to get real wild in the half. You be buying every yard just to take a fucking bath. Heads is acting wild, sipping broom, pumping dank. Competing with the next man for higher playing rank. So now I ain't got time try to be Big Hank. Fuck a bank. I need a 20-year water. While these knuckleheads is out.
It's still early.
Sitting in the treetops, burning the woods. And as the flame from the blaze get higher and higher, they say don't drink the water. We need
it for the fire.
New York is drinking it. New world. The whole of California is drinking it. New world. Way up north and down south is drinking it.
New world water.
Zinc in it. Now they say it got lead and stink in it. Fluorocarbons and monoxide. Push the water table lopside. Used to be free, now of course you will fee. Cause all tanks fully loaded, they roll across the sea. Man, you gotta cook with it, baby, clean with it. That's right. When it's hot summertime, you fiend for it. You gotta put it in the iron, you steaming with. That's right. That's what they dress wounds and treat diseases with. The rich and poor, black and white got need for it. Right. And everybody in the world can agree with this. Consumption promotes health and easiness. Go too long without it on this earth and you leaving it. Americans wasting it on some leisure shit. Another nation be desperately seeking it. Bacteria washing up on their beaches. Say, don't drink the water so they can't wash their feet with it. Young babies in perpetual neediness. Epidemics hopping up the petri dish. Control centers try to play all secret to avoid public panic and freakiness. There are places where TB is common as TV, cause foreign-based companies go and get greedy. The type of cats who pollute the whole shoreline, have it purified and sell it for $1.25. Now the world is drinking it. Your mom's wife and baby girl is drinking it. Up north and down south is drinking it. You just have to go to your sink for it. The cash register is going to chink for it. Fluorocarbons and monoxide. Got the fish looking cockeyed. Used to be free, now of course you will feed. Cause it's all about getting that cash money. Said 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 it's all about getting your cash money. Said it's all about getting that 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 cash money. Johnny Cash money. Roseanne Cash money. Give me cash money. Cold cash money. Johnny Cash money. Roseanne Cash money. Give me cash money. Cash money. Cash rules everything around me.
Measures to say my rhymes, too much it is dope, Negro type slow of a poet's tree. Let me blow my leaves, shake off my roots and pull up my sleeves. Break a branch of linguistic lyrics with a mystical. You're fancy, shake your chassis to the flambookey accent space. On the floor, move your body to the dookie bass. Mentor I am, not the man or the merchant of ham, but I will stand up in enchantmental combat with the duplex powerful rhymes you get down to. Maintain and claim a wax that I astound you with to the length, depth of my radius. Brothers gotta protest and then maybe this situation that I kick incognito won't stop until the drop signs to the black people. And to that man playing jumper, keep front trick knowledge, cause you ain't.
To the rear, where, as you will note, there is no standing room only. My name, for the record, incidentally, is Mr. M. Lache. I have been retained as your host and instructor for this half-hour's 2-hour-length speaking seminar. To briefly outline,
check out my lyric, fathom, and my harmony text. Yo, bust STM steps, play around, get drowned, cause I go left. Me, divine style of the phonograph child of the ISO Lord and Master Nation. I drop rhymes with fascination, so combust to a thesis. A brother on the trigger, fucking to a beat, 9 double M figures, lick shot all the grafted. Place them on the staff, then unroll the scroll of 1,000,000 facts. And touche, lie black defense, exploit the unknown, the vexed intent. Subconscious trickery must dispense before the uprise touch eyes. Take a whiff of the scent. It's black core fiend dedication step. Down for the most highest on your knees in the brethren schooling of the team. Rastafari, cockney, his dreadlocks shed a lot of prophecies. But style of me is planting trees for the scheme of enlightening. Properties of mine on the line for a crested Jew surgery. You heard of me, Divine MD, on the clergy of G.O.D. Would you believe we ain't colorway originally in the right category of man species? And forget all about that brimstone bluffing, because we're always saying 100% something. There's some of you who never and still won't be.
The varied and detailed topics we will be covering, the main one being nullification and enhancement of the human psyche and vocabulary. Please take pen to hand as I will be moving quite lethargically fast while covering and saying. If you cannot hear in the rear, please rest assured we will be gradually, rapidly lowering the lighting levels and continuing as I was heretofore saying. We will now take a short recess of approximately 4 centuries for a nutritious junk food midday ingestion process. Please take a non-mental note as to which conference room has the sign on the door saying.
Can we still do it?
Check out my lyric, Fathom, and my harmony text. So I got history with this song, and I was going to blend straight in to my next tune. Of course, I'm still gonna drop it, but this song ain't saying nothing by Divine Styler is where I got my name from. Back in 1802, when I was a humble bee girl, questing, rolling around with cats, collecting markers, drawing, listening to, what was I listening to at that time besides hip hop? I was listening to a lot of things, but most certainly was listening to a bit of house music. House music was slowly starting to kind of teeter off. The hip hop movement was happening. And I decided when I heard the word fathom in this song that I would take that as my, at that time it was my tag name or my graffiti name. So we was rolling around on trains and, you know, of course I was disencouraged. You got to talk about it. Disencouraged by Jedi's. Man, that's a long name. You're not going to be able to tag that. I'm still tagging it. It's on my t-shirts. And that's my signature, and that is the reason why I'm Fathom DJ. Decided to put the DJ at the back because I'm an artist, and I didn't think it was fair to put the DJ at the front because it's not all that I do. And I'm being realigned to continue to do those things in this world. So, ain't saying nothing. Divine Styler. Divine Styler was, I think, out of the West Coast at that point, and his movement was dope. It was very much like Dem Dare-ish during that period. Reg knocking all them cats. There's a video, of course, on YouTube for Ain't Saying Nothing, and it's very in line with the concept of what I considered the evolution of the b-boy, evolution of the house music fan. At that point, the more conscious of people who were coming from spaces and places to communicate with each other. In line with that, I'm going to play this next tune.
We have come by way of the stars, by way of the Nile evermore. We have come, speaking the tongue of the pharaohs, descending from such. We have come. In love of the ancestor, the struggle continues. Loving heart, strong sun, firm fist. We are those.
We are evolutionists for justice. People try to front and call us prejudice. I know they know the truth, they call us battlers. The great warriors, systematic radicals who put their hand in the candy dish to pull a mint. Government, taste the thieves' descent. I heard you were a prankster, ultimate gangster, daytime shooter, nighttime shankster, the phone tapper, just a little dapper so you think. My color's blacker than his pink. Descending from pharaohs who travel the narrows and all of that are such. See me at the crossroad, pimp strut. I'm quite illogical, but never been a savage. Gene scientific, but I never have to map it. I'm harder than the diamond that the eater might steal. I'm never mythical, divinity is real. Mind stay still, ever stable to the end. Nations begin, black watch will defend. So now you raise the flag of the blood-race earth. Freedom or death, and death unto birth, and we carry on. Soil, crossroad walker, grapevine swinger, the pyramid stalker, making God music in sync with the universe. So here we go again, another brother verse, back into time on the banks of Nile, writing on papyrus, reading the dial, looking to the sky from the city beyond, counting to the 9 cause the mission is on. So not a line connection, retrieves degrees, star never dimming, third eye ever sees, beyond dimension, beyond the soul, the label of your car inscribed on the scroll. So what you gonna do but ride to the scale, on your knees to the east, all hail the grand creator, the host and children. How could you think to conquer his dominion and exist? Coming from abyss, we are this. See the black fist take a kiss, and from your earthly dwelling you're dismissed. So can you dig it? Now with the key, back into the swing of reality. Divine principality, formalities are none. Son of a gun, I'm brother one, I am son. Enough. We were born in genetics, anti-Semitic, ridiculous, chill. How you gonna copycat the pyramids fill when a nation wears colors in respect of the build? Coming through the gap in the mountain on an elephant. The world does shiver, I'm the earthquake president. Walk the path and my steps remain. Back to the den and grab a hold of the mane. A leg bar, meet me at the road. A following soul, young to the old. Walking in the path of the pure is not as easy as they contemplate, but I obligate to demonstrate. Without struggle, no peace, and surely no state of mind. And what kind of nation will become? Daughters and sons of what is, we have come. We continue.
Temu, Aleba, Osiris, Isis, Abraham, Solomon, Mohammed, Jesus, Van Glorious. This is protected by the red, the black, and the green with a key.
I was sitting by the river with my warrior's gun. A bunch of cave boys try to house my drum. I never bust a sweat because it's not at all tragic. Voodoo, running for my magic. I came across the sand on my faith alone. Eating cooked meat while you gnawed the bone. Sitting by the fire while you froze in cave. A bunch of silly thieves with the nerve to say you're brave. I think you're cowards. Fighting systematically and chemically conniving. Said you never liked us, but it seems you're always trying. Try to say we're dumb, but it seems you're always thriving. From the science, so now I bear you. Sit, heed the words and raise the flag to prepare you for the coming of the ones that never fear you. Don't you know a brother like myself will only dare you to act foolish? We have come, child of the sandbox, follow through the drum. We have come from with the mathematics sum. Now you wanna ask what's the dumb diddy dumb? For X, Shalom.
1990, the tribal weapon. Uh-oh, the 9.
Just because you are Rasta, you moved to the country, you live in the hills, you avoid all company. When you check it, them way you spyglass, they want to know all your business.
I might not be the right one, but there's something about us I want to say, 'cause there's something between us anyway. I might not be the right one, it might not be the right time, but there's something about us I've got to do. Some kind of secret I will share with you. I need you more than anything in my life. I want you more than anything in my life. I'll miss you more than anyone in my life. I love you more than anyone in my life. Leaning up a crooked fence, took a fire once to defend one another. Soft dance, give it up. At the balls doing the dance, the little top don't stand a chance, no chance in hell. No chance in hell. Fox got caught with chicken bake. Tell a lie. Fox come through the ride. Say, hey, hey. Fox got caught with chicken bake. Tell a lie. Fox come through the ride. Rooster, eat the crow. Resting on a lonely line, rustle up the deaf, dumb, and blind, like you used to. Just a small fry, dressing down. Play the big guy in the yard, pull the dress up in the bar. That's country pride. That's country pride. Fox got caught with chicken bake. Tell a lie. Fox come through the ride. Say, hey, hey. Fox got caught with chicken bake.
So of course I'm lightly mixing right now because I just can't keep my hands off of stuff. That's how I do. A lot of training that went into training me into putting my hands on stuff. So. That's got to be one of my favorite songs of life right now because, I mean, the tone is like everything. These are white boys. I can't remember what country they're from, but it just reminds you of like some Brothers Johnson, Quincy Jones, George Benson, you know, your mama's music. It was not one of the tunes that I played last night, though. Why did I miss it? Very good question. I'm not sure why I missed LaFox last night. It could have been because I was playing. I plugged my hard drive into Jesse De La Pena's computer, and I played from there. And I don't know. I'll ask him. Oh, you know why? Because, yeah, okay, now I know. So LaFox is on my internal drive of my MacBook. And that's where I was going with it. So when you plug your computer, your hard drive into other people's computers, sometimes things change. Oh, God. I'm not going to tell you where my head went. But, so yeah. So I didn't get to play that tune. The concept of the night is B-side-ish. Now, we have to have this conversation very quickly because, in my opinion, based on today's environment, musical environments, everything is a B-side. Everything that's not being pumped by the media, everything that's not being, you know what? I'm being interrupted. Avery R. Young has a story to tell. He just hit my inbox. He needs to be in my chat room so that we could talk about it. He's educating people. He's educating. So, yeah. So, and this is actually in line with what I'm about to say. Everything that is not being overly promoted by the media, in my opinion, at this point, is a B-side. So, to add to the concept of that, Avery just sent me this text message or inbox. Well, I don't know. They come from everywhere at this point. But he's talking about somebody who came up to him and was asking to make requests last night. And it's like, you know, I'm not mad at requests because requests can further my education in terms of music. Somebody might come out of left field. Now, I heard of this cat called Gold Link. I downloaded a song. I might actually play it today because it's super dope. And somebody came up to me for New Year's Eve at the Bureau Bar and asked me for a Gold Link tune. Now, of course, I only had one because I haven't checked out his whole catalog. And I think the reason why I even downloaded the tune that I have is because of the fact that he's associated and there's a remix for Kate Trinata. And Kate Trinata is dope to me. I don't care what you think about that. And I just lost my point because, of course, I'm doing something else that I'm probably not supposed to be doing. But people need to understand the idea of how it used to be in terms of this DJ game. Like, Cardi B and one of pop culture's most fantastics at this time. What's the boy's name, child? I'm just not even that interested in these people. of course, I have to be interested because it's a part of my job. But God, I can't remember dude's name right now. And of course, he and Cardi B have a tune out. They must have just dropped, and everybody's talking about it, and old people are talking about it, because they want to stay relevant and all of that stuff. And it's like, of course, it's going to come into my world. It's going to end up in my playlist. It's going to end up, being one of those tunes that you have to reference at a wedding or something like that. But we got a whole freaking, I cannot imagine. I wish somebody would calculate the number of songs on the entire in America. We're not gonna go too broad. The number of tunes that are created and can be accounted for that you can pull from, and you're not gonna like everything. Most certainly, you're not gonna like everything that one plays, but if you can create some kind of tolerance and tenacity to allow someone to take you on a journey, or to allow someone. Spotify does that. So I'm in the car last night. Spotify decides, I have a playlist. We're cultivating a playlist so that we can address social media for Spotify. Somebody might stumble on my playlist on Spotify that I created for Bureau Bar. The Charleston also has a playlist in my Spotify account. And Spotify just decides that it wanted to reference a bunch of tunes that, I don't know, that, may or may not fit my selection. But because they fell in the lane of the, kind of disco, it's more right now, Bureau Bar's playlist on Spotify is a lot of disco, because I'm having trouble locating some of the underground house stuff that I'm referencing. And haven't compilated it, because I'm only supposed to do like 10. I'm limiting myself to 10 a month to add to that playlist, just to create some effect or presence in Spotify. And I'm just like, some of them tunes I didn't want to hear. And of course, I skipped a few, but I let a few rock, because I was just like, let me see where they're going. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because we need you to have that same kind of tenacity and, allow DJs to rock the tunes that they're playing in hopes, that they come across something that you want to listen to, something that you might like. You might end up liking it. So let me see. I'm going to read what Avery says to this girl. I'm about to read it. Hold on one second. Yeah, I just wanted to tell him that I was reading it. I'm going to give him a minute or that I'm going to read it on air. I'm going to give him a minute to respond to it, because, we don't want to go and put out stuff that I don't think he cares, but I'm probably going to take creative licensing with it. I'm going to read it. So it says, crazy moment, young and full Latina walks up to me and said, can we make requests? He was the host last night. And so it says, go ahead. He just gave me permission. Great. I was already in it. So, yeah. So he says, I said, no. This is a radio program in which DJs are invited to play what they want to play. You can go see her at Tantrum on Friday nights and hear what you may want to hear, but I don't request anything there either. It's rude. So I'm at Tantrum on Saturday nights, but that's okay, because he got it. I'm gonna ask him what her response was. What was her response? Because some people, he thought it was rude. He said it was rude. Oh, there he is. He's in the chat room right now. Yeah, so, will you preach at church? Yeah, it is. She was wobbling. I almost think I know who it is. So in line with the B-side concept, which, you know, I've been rocking, we at number 6 in terms of our playing for Thursdays and the Morning Love session. I stumbled across this tune on the radio. Sometimes I do listen to the radio. There's like a vintage station that kind of goes with one of them vintage channel 50, 26, 30, whatever them channels are that I don't watch TV that much, but she sat down. She got it together. She didn't roll out. She didn't get an attitude because if she, you know, had she been a Keisha up in Tantrum or something like that, Keisha tried to bring it to me a couple weeks ago. She was like, because you're here to service me up in this club. And I, you know, looked at Keisha, and Keisha didn't have a drink in her hand, and she didn't pay no cover up in the club. And I simply reminded her that the patrons come into the situation, and because they didn't pay a cover, and you know, you really shouldn't be imposing on a DJ anyway. But you know, if you're supporting the bar, then you might get a little favor. But personalization has gotten you twisted. Some of these DJs are running around here and they're playing. And I mean, you know, I did it for New Year's Eve. You have moments. And, you know, you know what you got to do. We're professionals. We know what we have to do professionally. You know, it's a job like any other job. But then there's a creative factor, and a lot of us came into this on the creative factor. Maybe we were naive as children. You rolled in, and it was fun, and the DJs that you liked that were playing the dope stuff were fun looking, and everybody's having a good time, so you fell into those dope spaces, and then you woke up. And you realize that it was a really small group of people who thought the stuff that you thought was super dope. And the rest of the world is like, what the hell is this you playing? It's kind of where we are. But anyway, I'm going to play this next tune, which I discovered. And I'm going to challenge myself this year. I have to, because I need to get uncomfortable. I'm going to play this tune by Carly Simon, which I played last night. And I like Carly Simon. I think she's dope. I think, you know, she's a Geechee girl, you know. And this is one of those white chocolate situations, of course. And I'm sure, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know where it came from in the world of the non-blacks. But it's a B-side to me. And as I was saying before, all of these songs that are not being pushed by mass media at this point are considered B-sides. And it could, at the end of the day, based on the interview that Avery and I did last night, I'm probably a F-side. That's just what it ends up being, because a B-side you might reference because you might get to see it. And that's along the way. You might stumble on a B-side tune or a tune associated with the popular tune that you might catch. But it's so much underneath. And yes, we most certainly have to remind these people when they come in these no-cover situations, in Jesus' name, that entertainment has been garnered by the venue, and the venue has kind of set the precedence, but the venue and the bartenders and the staff have to be with the DJ. We need y'all to be in support of the DJ and kind of customize the conversation so that folks know that you're not coming in this room and you're not simply going to own the place, especially if you haven't purchased anything.
Slipping by, watching everything you do like a spy. Come here every night. here's a little note for you. It says, please reply. Not the girl with the blue tattoo of you. I'm the spy.
You know I got to do some research because You Belong to Me, I don't know, sounds like it should have been on the B side of or the A side of Spy, and hopefully it was. I got some research to do. Like I said, I'm going to jump out the window and start to reference a little more vinyl, especially if I'm going to be working with my man Jesse De La Pena a little bit more. I think I will be back on February 14th. What's February 14th? Anybody know what that is? That's Valentine's Day, honey. I don't even do that kind of stuff in the real world. But it is a Wednesday, and he asked me to join him. And I'm definitely going to be adding. I have a 45 collection. I never intended on playing 45s when I was playing vinyl consistently. I was getting 12 inches and, you know, full albums and joints. But I purchased some vinyl, some 45s last year in September around the same time I started doing wheat pasting. And I just haven't. Got my turntables out of storage. My mixer, my Pioneer, original Pioneer M600 is actually on offer up for sale right now. I'm looking for something else. But yeah, I'm going to be referencing a little vinyl. And hopefully, yeah, I might purchase some vinyl. I'm not really trying to do a lot of purchasing of vinyl because I got vinyl to produce and create. But I can drop a couple coins in the half of the cost just to get back up to speed and stuff. I got so much vinyl and storage, and I have a storage space to pay. And so I ain't really trying to go and just go deep because, you know, this is a different era and we're trying to be conservative. But on that note, I got to play this song because I just found out that Aretha Franklin was inducted into the Hall of Fame back in, I think it was 1987, on this very day. Or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. You know, everything in social media on my timeline based on how we were brought into the timelines is almost the same day. So it was yesterday because today is the 4th and yesterday was the 3rd. Yesterday, Aretha Franklin became the first female artist inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That was January 3rd back in 1987. What were you doing in 1987, kids? I know what I was doing in 1987, kids. This is one of my favorites. It's different because, you know, I know her body of work. Luther Vandross is on this track. Luther Vandross sang, and I think he wrote it, actually. And, you know, that's the reason why a girl need a vinyl back, because she need to read the liner notes and the back sides of the albums, honey. That's where you get your education from. Of course, I could Google it. It's not the same experience, but let's go.
Girl, I got to go. Got to go, man, really. Yeah, I'm coming in a hurry. Here's the reason why. Jump, jump, jump to it. Oh, jump, jump, jump to it. Ooh, shabba-doo-doo-doo-doo. Jump, jump, jump to it. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Fighting, scandal or shame, he really moves me, drives me insane. I can't talk to you now, girl, I got love to get. When my baby calls, I gotta jump to it. I'm in a hurry, there's love to get. When my baby calls, I jump, jump, jump. Don't we, girl? Dishing out the dirt on everybody and giving each other the 411 on who dropped kick two this week. You know what we're talking about. When the baby calls, jump to it. When the baby calls,
I could just see the kids in the studio. I could see Aretha Franklin and Luther Vandross in the studio right now. Like, that song is everything to me. I don't know why. It used to make me so happy as a kid. Jump to It by Aretha Franklin. I got my little Jedi on my sidekick. You want to say hi, Layla? This is my legacy right here standing next to me. Say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Yay. This is my little Jedi, Layla. She's my Libra sister and my Libra Jedi and my everything. Eating. That's not papaya, girl. That's mango. Stay with us in the world. I was just thinking about how cool it must have been to be in the studio with Luther Vandross and Aretha Franklin when they were making this tune. I could just see it, and I'm like, you have to go back and listen to the words of Jump to It and just envision him writing that and envision him interpreting how that was going to come out for Aretha Franklin. It's one of the things that I look forward to, going back in the studio and working with people. So the last tune that I got an opportunity to convey with is actually being mixed and mastered right now. No, that's not true, because Jocelyn actually, we collaborated, but Jocelyn pretty much wrote the entire song for When We Met, and it's almost like it's kind of Sergio Mendes meets Roberta Flack / somebody else. I was thinking of Calling All Ancestors, which is the tune where I conveyed the ashes and how I wanted her to say them. When We Met is being mixed and mastered right now by Boogie Knight, who is housed in Phoenix, and that tune is set to come out at the end of the month. I'm looking forward. I know, Avery. Y'all need to be in the chat room. Me and Avery chop it up every time. Yes, honey, I already know what Luther was doing. I know what Luther and Aretha Franklin was doing in the studio, honey. They was giving life and serving. I'm going to play this next tune that I pulled because I love Kaytranada. I don't know if you know that. I do, because he is creating a mix and mash. I'm inspired by him. Like, we should be inspired by the youngins, and they need to be connecting with us because that's how we are going to continue our journeys. Kaytranada is dope, and he's mixing and mashing and creating at this point, and he's bringing the elements together. I have a few tunes set to be released this year, with SB, and I think I'm going to pull Jocelyn's vocals behind him to kind of bring that together. In addition to Avery R. Young manifesting for us. I hope he didn't forget about us in the manifestation of that track, because my boogie is going to start stalking me about it. So we're going to keep it moving with this next tune called Meditation. And it's by Gold Link, and I'm kind of digging his sound too.
I still see ya, doing everything that we said we gon' do. Girl, I still see ya, putting on my pride and my girl to the side, cause I still see ya, smoking on my weed in the corner in the street, so I can still see ya, you wanna be me, I wanna eat ya, I wanna meet your ex, so I can beat them, and have a daughter, and be a teacher, and never follow, and be a leader, and baby girl, I still see ya, I got a light-skinned bitch who look like bench loaf, and she fight and fuck me in the same clothes, but when I put that daddy, baby, daddy, papa, show she girl her toes and close her eyes, offended up, she handle yours, I still call ya, whichever way you want it, baby girl, it's on ya, I got the money, you got the problems, so I can solve it, but I still need ya, I still see ya, and that's okay, baby, I'm a nigga cheater, yeah, most of them either C's or B's, that right, hell yeah, anyways, we can get them moving on the dance floor, no choice, but you like this, you don't want kids, but you want this, I ain't never had the juice like this, backstroke up in the pussy like listen, I'm a real nigga, love a go-getter, see ain't no bitch around the city fucking with you, Louis V shades, Gucci with the dress gown, hit the boulevard, baby, take a picture, everybody in your pussy right now, everybody think they got you right now, but ain't nobody him that you don't please them, but you always dirty teasing, cause your feelings in this teacher worth the Keisha, got niggas in your iPhone, real nigga, you the right one, yeah, Melon girl with an accent, that's everybody weakness, bad little bad bitch, you up on the average, your favorite band was Backyard, baby girl, you was vicious, you the one now, have the daughter want a son now, sundress to a wedding gown. Sheesh, got me talking like Gleech now. Whoa, you I'm big in the phone now. Yeah, you the only one we talk about. Yeah, later still I think about it. Heartbreaker, man, I dream about it now.
Oh, I forgot. I got caught up. There is a bit of vulgarity in that song. And I apologize because I don't know how you feel about it. I love the tune. I love the delivery. And that is Gold Link featuring Jasmine Sullivan, and Kaytranada did the beat, and I think it's a dope tune personally. I'm struggling right now because a few things I didn't set up on time. I had to hit the airport and pick up the fam, so I didn't get a chance to properly set up my tripod for my Facebook feed. Facebook is not as much of a priority for me because unfortunately, they copyright heavy. They just snatching people down. Terrence Stevenson, I see you. Cosmic kisses to you and your movements. I'm not sure if you're back to work yet. I know the children are in the building with you in some capacity, and I know you kind of alluded to the fact that you're ready for the kids to go back to school and stuff. I know that's right. But we are live and direct via Spreaker. I am so glad to have you with me here this morning. Good morning, love. I don't know what time it is. Okay, I do know what time it is. It's 10:39. And we have, yes, thank you very much. I have a child in my background, and she didn't pay attention to that song that I just played in Jesus' name. But that's how they get exposed. So I need to dissect the entire, I'm sure at some point we'll be in the car or something and I have to dissect the song for her. You know what I'm going to play, because Layla doesn't live here anymore. Yes, anymore. And we didn't spend as much time last summer as we did the summer before last. But when Layla and I were kicking it hard summer before last, like, she was the person who was with me when Prince died. Like, she was in my face. And she didn't even know who Prince is or was. I say is because, in my world, he's still around. But Layla and I spent so much time together, and what was that, 2016, that she was rolling around learning the words to all the songs that I was playing. And, right at that point, what song was I playing? Do you remember what song I was playing, Layla? I know, because you have so much in your mental Rolodex. I know you do. So I'm going to play this tune because, and you've heard me play it in my Mixcloud situations. You may hear me play, you will hear me play it, because I have the feeling that LaRoyale and Maurice Joshua and DJ Spin intended this song to be about God. And so I was drawn to it. And when you break the song down, you get an opportunity to understand the feeling that it has for me. It may not have the feeling for you. I don't know. I'm just going to play it. You're going to listen to it. You're going to listen to the vocals. Layla's going to sing in the background when I drop it because I know she knows it. And we're just going to rock out for the next 19 minutes. 19 minutes, yep. Seriously? You're going to sing on your own. You're not going to sing in the microphone unless you're feeling extra spicy. The song is on my YouTube page, not YouTube, it's on my Instagram page that you sang in Guitar Center. She don't remember because she an old lady. All right, we're going to rock it. So she's in the background trying to get the words right because she forgot the words. I know.
It doesn't cost a thing. Just walk my way. No, it's not for sale, but you can have it. You can never fail. If you have it, you can prevail. If you have it, I am here to share because I have it. Say hey, if you have it. Say hey, if you have it. Do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? You gotta
love is the key. For they are weak in mind, yeah, weak in mind. No, don't you waste your time, yeah, waste your time. Because love will find, it will find a way to shine in time, in time. No, it's not for sale, but you can have it. You can never fail. If you have it, you can prevail. If you have it, I am here to share. Because I have it, say hey. If you have it, say hey. If you have it, do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? You gotta have it.
Does that song not convey happiness? It's bright, it's spicy, it makes you happy. We want to make you happy. We want you to leave this session of Morning Love feeling good, feeling ready. If you were not ready when you first woke up, you better get ready. You better be ready now, especially because it's Thankful Thursday, and you should be thankful that you were with us on this planet. January 4th.
Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Ah, that's my homie. Layla Opal in the building alongside of Fathom DJ rocking out one time. I'm so blessed. I'm so happy to have her in my worldwide webosphere with me on this very wonderful day. I don't know what the temperature is like outside. It's cold. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know the temperature. It's really cold. And I'm going to rock this Omar tune. I played an Omar tune last night during my set with Jesse De La Pena. I'm going to play another one. I do have a new Mixcloud installation. It is The Journey, and The Journey is going to be an entire year. So you will see the same image, and you'll see the number change. Maybe you'll see the filter change on the image. But the image is going to stay the same. The number is going to change. So the number of this installation that's housed on Mixcloud is 0118. So it's January of 2018. And there is a new installation which was featured on Vocalo on Monday. Jesse De La Pena looks out for me. I appreciate him. I most certainly appreciate him acknowledging my machine and my doings, as I am most certainly feverish about continuing and adding things to the concept of what I do and stretching out. We're going to play this tune by Omar. And I know what my day is going to end up like based on the fact that I have the wonderful Layla as my sidekick for today. We're going to get in some trouble today. She's a superhero. Do you know who I am? Oh, no, honey. I have a name of my own. Yeah, I have another name, though. You don't know it. Because, see, you don't. Your favorite auntie / but you don't know my superhero name. You want to know my superhero name? It's Ultra Girl Fathom, Queen of Venus. Did you know that? You didn't know that. Now, oh, honey, it's long, and you're not supposed to break it down either. It's Ultra Girl Fathom, Queen of Venus. One word. J-Lo, what's happening, J-Lo? I see you, girl. We live and direct via Spreaker. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining us in the chat room. We do this every Thursday, by the way. We do. Layla is going to come via satellite from her the cozy confines of Iowa. And she's going to pop in on Thursdays while she's at school. Dun-dun-dun. But when she's not in school and she's in Chicago hanging out with her favorite auntie on the weekends, she hangs out with me. She makes happiness for Fathom DJ. She says she does. This Libra, she got power. She got a little confidence. I'm not worried about Layla for the future. Somebody instilled some confidence. So I'm going to play this Omar tune. It's a positive day. I appreciate you tuning in, especially under these circumstances. I told you, wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, I plan on bringing you Thursdays Morning Love session. Regardless, last week the dogs was howling and stuff in the background because I was here as I am house sitting. This week, I got my Jedi on my side, and we rolling. We're gonna play a few more tunes before the hour is up. Yeah, let's go.
But something no reach into the sky and hold on tight and don't let go. 'Cause it's so love a reggae because it's so love a hip hop because it's so don't you back that because it's so. On my body sighs and moans and groans into my veins. Way into the night, I can't be hurt. Giving thanks for these things. We can dance all night and we'll rock and we'll sway while the music plays. Every day, all night, nothing new but to do while we dance. Cause it's so love a reggae because it's so love a hip hop because it's so don't you back that because it's so yeah. Wow, then I'm your man. 'Cause it's so love a reggae because it's so love a hip hop because it's so don't you back that because it's so 1, 2, 3 with because it's so love a reggae because it's so don't you back that because it's so 1, 2, 3 with because it's so yeah. Da, 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 da. Oh my, da, 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 da. Oh me, da, 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 da. Oh my, da, 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 da. Oh me, da, 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 da. Oh my, da, 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 da. Oh me, da, 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 da. Oh my,
So you better know. I know we lived our life off of Falling last night. I think Avery just lived his life. Do you know who Omar is? We do. If you don't know who Omar is, you need to know who Omar is. Omar is yes. How How do you know that he has tall hair, Layla? He does have, his hair used to be taller. I don't know if his underarms are sweaty because I haven't been in the presence of Omar for well over 20 years when he played at the Double Door back in 1802 when DJ Heather was spinning. She opened for Omar back then. But she guessed right because Omar did have really tall Rasta locks at that point. Omar is, in my opinion, a legend, living legend. He is one of the ambassadors for UK soul. Well, Michael Jackson is a living legend, and in our opinion, Michael Jackson is still living. Regardless of what they tell you, if Elvis could live, Michael Jackson could live. But hey, hold on, let me finish. Elvis is weird. So yeah, of course I got my co-pilot here today and I'm entertaining a few worlds. So I appreciate you joining me and tuning in. We have a little over 5 minutes left. Omar is my Libra brother. You better know it. Omar is going to make me jump out a few windows this year. And it's going to be a good thing, trust me. Avery's whole life, my whole life. Yes, indeed. We know a lot about Omar. And Omar is turning up again. Omar got a new project out, and I didn't get it yet. But I'm going to get it. Oh, it's snowing. Where is it snowing? It's snowing in a lot of places. It's not snowing in Chicago. Our temperature is actually going to be rising. You know, it's a damn shame. It's 1,000 other things you could be talking about in the world. It's all kind of problems and politics and stuff like that. But the thing that's most traumatic for all of us right now is the temperature. Even though we've been dealing with this our whole lives. If you're from Chicago and if you still live, you've been dealing with it. But that's just like the most pressing matter of business. Right now. So yeah, we are live and direct via Spreaker. I appreciate you and your patience during this particular session, especially based on the idea that I have, quite a few things happening in my world. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna end on. I don't really have anything planned. Let me see, what did I do last night? Oh, you know what I'm gonna end on? Because Avery R. Young and Ray Chardonnay had a little body action happening to this tune last night. It says Dwayne Powell put me on him. Oh, we are at Reckless Records and I had picked up the CD and Dwayne said, yeah, I'm leaving. Time for a change. Somewhere. Yeah, I know. I don't know where that is in America. Well, I've always wanted to live in Brazil, so we could do that. Yes, because it's got to be my immediate choice for living at this point based on being there was Cordova, Tennessee, because you can get a 5-bedroom house for a little under $200,000, but it was like 25 degrees in Cordova yesterday when I checked in with my cousin. I wasn't feeling that, so we could just roll right over to Brazil because, they had an earthquake on the West Coast. I ain't trying to do that. I'm going to play...
You can count on me for anything you choose. Say, but the best that I can offer is love true. Still, I know you wonder why this love of mine seems to die, as if I live in the clouds and you live in the sea. Now you can bet your bottom dollar that I love you. Now for a basic fact like that, you need no clue. I just hope you think I'm good enough. I hope you think I'm girl enough. I hope you believe in chemistry for two. I really do. I do. Mama, baby, I'm telling you. I would reach my highest ground for this love, baby. There ain't nothing that could turn me around. I'll never let you down. For your love, baby, I take a walk through fire, yeah. For this love, honey, said I would reach my highest ground